Monique, known for her vibrant humor and sharp wit, has long been a standout figure in the entertainment industry. But recent events have cast a shadow over her public image, sparking a wave of controversy that's hard to ignore. At the heart of the storm, we find Shalon Watkins Jr., Monique's eldest son. Recently, he took to TikTok to address comments made by his mother on Club Shay Shay about their strained relationship. Watkins Jr. didn't shy away from making bold claims, alleging that Monique has been spinning a false narrative about her desire to reconnect with him. He even went as far as to say that neither of them is interested in mending their broken bond. These revelations shocked fans and critics alike, grappling with the stark contrast between Monique's public persona and the private family drama now unfolding in the public eye. Now, let's delve deeper into the details of this family feud that has left fans and followers speculating. Shalon Watkins Jr., Monique's oldest son, has certainly stirred the pot with his recent revelations. He alleges that his mother only acknowledges her faults when it's convenient for her, a claim, if true, that raises questions about the authenticity of her public persona. Watkins Jr. didn't stop at just that. He further claimed that Monique's interest in motherhood kindled only after she married her current husband. This assertion paints a picture of a woman whose priorities took a drastic turn, leaving her firstborn feeling neglected. But perhaps the most potent of Watkins Jr.'s allegations is his dismissal of Monique's public apology. In his words, the apology holds no weight if you're not willing to do the work. It's an outright rejection that echoes the hurt and frustration he feels. To add fuel to fire, Watkins Jr. requested his mother to stop sharing what he calls a false narrative. He's not just challenging her version of events, he's challenging her integrity. This family saga has elicited mixed reactions from the public. While some social media users empathize with Watkins Jr., others question the validity of his claims. Some argue that family matters should remain private, while others appreciate the transparency, viewing it as a break from the often carefully curated images celebrities project. But what about Monique's side of the story? What has she said about her relationship with her son? Well, Monique and Sydney Hicks addressed the situation on social media, responding to her son's claims. Monique emphasized the importance of letting things unfold rather than jumping to conclusions, noting parallels to past judgments against her. She clarified that Shalon, referring to Sydney as her daddy and mentioning his half-siblings as his kids, is based on facts, as Sydney has always been like an uncle to Shalon and has 3 biological sons. Sydney added that Shalon omitted instances of support they provided in the past, such as assistance with a newborn and buying a car. They explained that they're discussing private matters publicly because it's important to break the taboo around such conversations, particularly within the Black community. They emphasized the need to stop feeling ashamed about discussing these issues openly and to recognize the importance of addressing them for personal growth and community understanding. Watkins Jr. returned to TikTok to respond to Monique and her husband's previous video. In his new 10-minute video, he immediately addressed the involvement of Monique's husband in their dispute. "I find it interesting that my video was directed at my mother, yet her husband had the most to say," he began. "It's unfortunate that my mother seems to rely on her husband to speak for her. He starts by doing exactly what I anticipated, which seems to validate my original video." Watkins Jr. criticized Hicks for not directly addressing his initial points, but instead introducing new topics, such as discussing his biological father. He accused both Hicks and Monique of portraying themselves as victims and avoiding accountability. He also questioned Monique's decision to involve her husband in discussing his mental health, which he felt was irrelevant to the conversation. "Attacking someone's mental state shows weakness," he stated before addressing Monique's alleged text messages. He questioned why she would keep messages from him dating back 2 years, suggesting she saved them solely for confrontation. He claimed he hadn't contacted her after his child's birth because her phone was broken and he was adjusting to parenthood, expecting her to reach out to him instead. Then, Monique provided evidence regarding the recent dispute involving herself, her eldest son Shalon Watkins Jr., and her husband Sydney Hicks. The conflict arose after Shalon addressed what he called Monique's false narrative about the possibility of reconciling their relationship. Monique shared screenshots of text messages on Instagram on February 14th. The screenshots depict alleged conversations between her and her son, dating back to December 2020 and ending in October 2021. The messages show Monique reaching out to her son multiple times, with initial exchanges appearing affectionate but becoming tense in the last slide, which includes a message from Hicks to Monique's son addressing his behavior and recalling past assistance. Monique captioned the post with a message addressing her son and the community, stating that these are the receipts from a mother accused of not loving her son, and they are sharing it for clarity and understanding. As we wrap up, it's important to remember that while this is a public controversy, it involves private lives and personal relationships. It's clear that this situation is complex and deeply personal. While it's natural to form opinions based on the information we've shared, let's also remember that there are always multiple sides to a story. Stay tuned for more updates on this situation as it unfolds. And of course, we're always interested in hearing your thoughts. Stay tuned for more updates on this and other celebrity news. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, keep the conversation going.